Chapter 3. Name Zach Powers. I high-fived my way off the school bus, slapping hands on both sides of the aisle. Hey, Zach! How's it going, man? I jumped down to the tarmac of the school's driveway. It was a beautiful September day. This was my time, 8th grade, captain of the football and soccer teams, big man on campus. After 2 years of looking up to other people, I finally made it to the point where there was nobody to look up to but me. Everything was perfect. I frowned. Well, not quite perfect. I noticed that the sign on the front lawn read, "Welcome to Clabberidge Middle School." They fixed it again. Unacceptable. I did a quick scan to confirm that there was no teachers looking on. Mr. Sorensen's eyes were on the buses, so his back was turned. I reached up and snatched off a letter. The sign now read, "Welcome to C Average Middle School." Much better. I stuffed the L behind the bushes and walked on, enjoying the administration of some 7th grade girls. It was a dangerous job, but somebody had to do it. At C Average Middle School, the buck stopped with me. Not that I was nobody last year. I was still probably the most happening 7th grader in the whole place. But it isn't really your school until you're a senior. I wasn't going to drop the ball on any of it. For example, the election for 8th grade president was coming up. Not that I was running myself, God forbid. The tradition at C Average was to nominate the biggest loser in the building. No one runs against him, of course, and he wins automatically. Then for the rest of the year, you get the pleasure of watching President Bonehead giving speeches, running assemblies, and making a complete idiot out of himself. It's top-notch entertainment, if you nail exactly the right guy. I was pretty sure I had the front runner all picked out. Ever since kindergarten, the primo nerd, bar none, had been Hugh Winkleman. Over the years, the doofus had been on the receiving end of so many wedgies that he had an elastic waistband material fused to the top of his head. Pardon the expression. In the million years, there had not been anyone more perfect for the job than Hugh, or so I thought. I was on my way to homeroom when Mr. Kaczynski, the assistant principal, flagged me down. Standing beside him was the strangest looking kid I had ever seen. He was tall and skinny as a rake. I swear he'd never been anywhere near a barbershop in his life. His long blonde flyaway hair stretched all the way down to the middle of his back. His clothes looked like pajamas. Homemade pajamas. And his shoes were something out of a social studies project on the pioneer days. They were sandals woven out of corn husk and rustled when he moved. Kaczynski introduced us. "Zachary Powers, meet Capricorn Anderson. Cap just transferred here." "Yeah, from the planet Krypton." "Show him to locker 743 and make sure he gets to homeroom." He rushed off in the direction of the office. The weirdest thing about Capricorn Anderson was this. He was looking at me like I was the freak. Like he'd never seen another kid before. "Come on, Cap, follow me." We walked down the hall, picking up more than our fair share of attention. "New kid," I said out loud, just in case anybody thought he was actually with me. Kaczynski asked me to show him around. "Locker 743. "Here it is," I told him. "You got the combo, right?" He just stared at me blankly. "The combination," I prompted. "There, printed on top of your orientation form." "But what does it mean?" I would have sworn he was putting me on, except he looked so bewildered. "Here, I'll show you. 17, 33, 5. There was a click and the door swung wide. He peered in it as if he expected to find a mountain lion lying in there. "It's empty." He was beginning to rile me. "Of course it's empty. It's your locker. It's empty until you put something in it." "What do I have to put in there?" he demanded. "How should I know? It's your stuff." "When we lock things away," he said with conviction, "we're really imprisoning ourselves." Now that was definitely something you didn't hear every day. "What school did you go to before this?" "I'm homeschool," he informed me. "I'm only here because Rain broke her hip and they won't let me live alone at the community." "Hugh Winkleman, you're a lucky man. With the arrival of this new kid, all the losers in school were bumped down one space. Never before had anyone screamed for the job of 8th grade president like Capricorn Anderson. This was my year."